Every great project starts with a great tension swatch. We're doing a bulky one today. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay, so we open up to page 45 of our manual. Tension and knitting a tension swatch. We need to bring forward 40 needles, 20 on either side of the center mark into B. Remove the main yarn, knit 2 rows with contrast color yarn, row counter is at 12. Rethread the main yarn, knit 15 rows, row counters at 27. Bring forward both 11th needle on either side of center to E position. Hook a short piece of contrast yarn onto the center 2 needles and make stitches as shown in the illustration. Knit 15 rows again in main yarn, row counters at 42. Remove the main yarn, knit 2 rows with contrast yarn, row counters at 44. Rethread the main yarn and knit 10 rows, the row counters at 54. Remove the swatch from the knitting machine, bind it off, wash it, dry it, and then you measure it. Seems pretty simple to me. We're going to see if we can't build a sweater out of this loops and threads. Facets acrylic. There's 279 yards per ball. I got 6 balls. Donating one of the balls to the tension swatch. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to use tension 6 for this entire project, and we'll alter the pattern as we go. Again, this is going to be a size 50 pattern. So we are going to start with waste yarn. It says bring forward 40 needles. So we have 20 and 20. And we push back every second. And bring forward that one. So we bring forward an extra one. Load up our waste yarn. Tension 6. I could do a weave cast on this, but I'm not going to. We're just going to knit 1 row with the weaving wheels on. So weaving wheels are engaged. Knitting across. Ignore the barking. Okay. Stabbing the yarn. Flipping this over. Freeing the last stitch. Coming back. Okay. Deep breath. Free the yarn from the gate pegs if you did what I just did. Bring the stitches forward. You want 2, 3, maybe 4 claw weights. I'm going to start with 3. I'm now going to knit across and hope for the best. Looks pretty good. I am going to clip a waste yarn. I'm just going to knit 3 or 4 rows here. I see I already have looping. Not impressed. Bring that one forward. Taking a deep breath. One more. And again. Okay, not looping now. I'm going to make a loop on purpose. And that's it for the waste yarn. Going to clip it. Reset my row counter. Grab my good yarn. Now I'm going to do a double E wrap. Guess I got to clip it again. All right, double E wrap is really easy. We go around the second one, back onto the first, pull it through. I'm thinking this yarn is going to be really delicate, so we're going to want to be very careful with it. Make sure your latches are open. This is one of those weird yarns where it may actually work on a standard as well. But for this project, we're not going to risk it. Okay. Locking the door on the carriage. Taking off the weaving brushes because we don't want to destroy this yarn. We're now going to put our finger down and we're going to move the stitches forward. That way there's no surprises. Taking a deep breath, we are now going to knit the 12 rows required. Okay, we're now going to put the gray yarn off to the side. Now we're going to introduce, I'm going to introduce a similar yarn instead of this waste yarn. So just hang on there. If this yarn doesn't scream high contrast, I don't know what does. So we're going to use it again. 2 rows. Trim it. Unlock lock it, tie it, trimming these. We're going to use them as yarn markers. Reintroduce the gray, nice and gentle. We are now going to knit 20 rows. Is that 20? 15 rows, my bad. So 15 rows. So we should be at row 27. Okay, so this is row 27. We now need to place contrast on needle 11 on either side of 0. Needle 11. And needle 11. You want to clip those, and that way they stay down and don't interfere. Okay, I'm going to knit another 15 rows, so we should be at row 42. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on, got a little bit of yarn bark here. I think we're on number 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 42, 41, 42 makes the 15. Now, you need to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This one's 15. Okay, I'm going to put in the contrast yarn again. 2 rows. Make sure it's loose. Okay. For me, it's a little bit shorter this time. Now, that's 44. Now we need to knit with the gray one to row 54. Again, going to trim this. Put in the good yarn and knit to row 54. Okay, so now we need to decide how we want to cast it off. If I cast it off in latch tool, it'll be too tight. If I do gate peg, I might be okay. So I'm going to do gate peg. Well, at least the sloppy one. So behind the gate, into the next one, pull it forward. It's sloppy, but it works. This yarn is fairly delicate, so you want to make sure that you close the latch before you remove it. Okay, you get the idea. So we'll come back when I'm at the edge. Okay, so here we are on the last couple stitches. Alrighty, let me do this one more time. Remove our weight. Remove all of the clips. Now, no yarn in the carriage. Holding on to my cast on comb. Nothing's going to happen because it's on the gate pegs. Look at me go. All right. Looks pretty good. We're now going to remove the waste yarn. Give me just a second to get it off the cast on comb here. Okay, so we're off the cast on comb. We have our little loop. Cutting it. Going over to this side. Pulling. And it comes apart. Oh, my goodness. So this is the pattern that we're doing. To me, it looks pretty good. I'm going to send this through the washer and the dryer, depending on what the label says. And then we'll come back and we'll knit a size 50 sweater. So extra long and extra wide. So this says hand wash cold, do not bleach, dry flat, do not iron. So I hand washed it through in the dryer. So my measurements were 15 centimeters for 20 stitches and 14 centimeters for 30 rows. Times by 2, put in my program, and this is what I've got.